Hi everybody, I'm Ginny Erickson, a broker with Windermere Port Townsend. Did the title of this video, 5 Huge Changes Coming to Port Townsend, Washington, intrigue you? Well, to be honest, it was supposed to. You see, I recently hired a YouTube expert and they told me that I should do this topic because it was very important. And I did a little bit of research and it turns out they were right. There are 5 things happening right now in Port Townsend, Washington that are very important to know. Now, they may not exactly be huge, but they could be huge to some people. So if this topic intrigues you, keep watching. If you've spent any time in Port Townsend, you probably have the feeling that nothing much ever changes here. There's the same beautiful Victorian buildings, the same old piers jutting out into the bay, and of course the magnificent mountains that make their appearance on a clear day. Port Townsend is a place where the past is always present. In fact, National Geographic considers it to be one of the most historically authentic places in the nation. But when you live here, you realize that things are changing all the time. Stores come and go, merchants relocate, and life moves on, just quietly and slowly. But right now, there are 5 things happening that really are important and definitely worth paying attention to. So what are they? Transportation, healthcare, communications, housing, and housing density. Let's start with transportation. Now, if you've ever sat in the ferry line on Sims Way, watching the cars stack up ahead of you and wondering if there was going to be room enough on the boat for your car, then you already know how important this first change is. The Port Townsend to Coupeville ferry run has been operating with just one boat for the past several years, and if you've lived here during this time, you no doubt have planned your day around the ferry schedule. Now, it didn't used to be this difficult. There used to be 2 boats running, but then COVID happened. Staffing shortages followed, and the route was cut to just 1 boat. But that's about to change. Beginning in May, there will be 2 boats running on weekends with the possibility of adding daily 2-boat service in the summer. Next up is healthcare. And this change really is huge to the people who need it. Jefferson Healthcare recently completed a $78 million expansion that allowed them to add 56,000 square feet to the facility. See, I told you it was huge. Now, this expansion allows for them to add new services, things like radiation oncology, pulmonology, and neurology. These are the kinds of services people used to have to travel out of town for. They'd have to go to Silverdale or Bremerton or Seattle, which is 2 hours away at least. Now, they have a linear accelerator on site, and this allows them to provide radiation treatments to cancer patients. So this really is a change that could be huge for the families who need it. The next change is near and dear to my heart. It has to do with internet access. Jefferson County recently received a $7.3 million grant to bring high-speed internet to the underserved areas of Jefferson County, Washington. Now, I happen to live in one of those underserved areas on nearby Marrowstone Island, where crews are laying fiber as we speak. This means that folks in the underserved areas of Jefferson County will no longer have to rely on slower or more expensive options. Now, if you're looking to buy in Jefferson County, be sure to check the internet speeds, check the provider, check the speed, check the price, check the reliability. And if you need help with that, please feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help. I work with a lot of buyers who are relocating from out of town, and one of the biggest complaints I always hear is about the limited inventory. You see, Port Townsend's a small town. The population's only about 10,000 people, and it's surrounded on 3 sides by water, so there isn't that much land to expand, which means new developments are rare. But there is one new development under construction right now by Lennar Homes. The homes are 2 stories, very close together. They cost between $410,000 and $550,000. So if you're looking for that brand new build, open concept, not far from town, give me a call. I'm happy to show you around. And finally, this brings us to the issue of housing density. It's a hot topic of conversation around City Hall these days. This is because the City Council recently updated its comprehensive growth plan to align with the state's growth requirements. Now, it's my understanding this was mandated by the state. Now, it's controversial because it opens the door to new housing types, things like townhomes, duplexes, multi-unit complexes in areas that were previously designated just for single-family homes. In Port Townsend, a lot of the single-family homes are built on 5,000 square foot plots of land. So while residents really appreciate and understand the need for more and more affordable housing, they also worry about the character of the community. So this is a conversation and a controversy that continues. Port Townsend has always had a unique relationship with change. When it was founded back in the 1800s, it was supposed to become the New York of the West. The grand buildings were constructed for a future that never came, but it gave us the beautiful architecture that we enjoy today. So Port Townsend is always changing. A ferry schedule shifts, a hospital expands, internet service improves, new homes are built, policies evolve, and life in Port Townsend moves forward just a little bit at a time.